Yep, there you go. Your boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. You know, who sang that song, Tom? Not me. Tell you that much.
Fuck. Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy?
Thin Lizzy did
They did a cover.
No, Thin Lizzy
That's
did that song.
Thin Lizzy?
Yes.
That's not like Big Bopper or some shit? That's
No,
like,
it's
really?
Thin Lizzy.
Thin? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna have to investigate that.
We'll investigate.
Because we clearly have to know who to pay royalties for using that song.
And if I'm right...
Uh-huh. Okay.
You have to do a shot of my choice.
Okay.
And if you're right, I have to do a shot of your choice.
So it's going
to be whiskey regardless.
Where your claim is that Thin Lizzy did the original recording of Boyz Are Back in Town, whatever the song is.
Yeah.
And my claim is that it's not Thin Lizzy.
Correct.
Okay. But if Thin Lizzy did a cover, I still win.
Correct.
Okay. All right. We'll shake on that. We'll do an actual gentleman shake.
A gentleman's shake.
Agreement shake. RudeNation, this is the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus, episode 175. Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
We're back, delayed mentally. The Cash Bash party hangover was intense. I went back to work after 5 weeks. I'm back working nights, so our schedule's a little funky, but we're still here. We're trying. We're making it work. We're doing our best.
I was on vacation for a whole week.
Tom was also he was on the holiday hangover.
Fascism was voted into. What did I say?
Nothing. You didn't. You just reminded me of the dystopian future we're going to be living in. But
idiocracy has come true.
But the nation I hate, the RudeNation I love, and
yes.
the RudeNation, thank you so much for listening to us, drown on, supporting us, and all our endeavors on our social media. Mostly Instagram is where we kind of hit our hat. We've been trying out this blue sky thing because everybody's been exiling from X, if you could believe it.
Yeah,
Twitter's a fucking nightmare palace.
I gotta kill my X.
Yeah, no, it kind of stinks.
I gotta kill my.
There's a lot of sexy stuff on X, but you know what? There's a lot of sexy stuff on the internet. I think I can live.
Yeah.
I didn't sip. I didn't drink. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry. But yes, I'm just thinking sexy thoughts. We're on social media. Follow all our social media accounts. Go to our linktr, linktr.ee/RudeBoyz, and subscribe to all of our stuff. Go to our Podbean, rudeboyz.podbean.com, and you can subscribe to us. And if you do subscribe to us in any of your RSS feeds, we just ask if you could give us like 5 stars and share us. You know, we're trying to grow the nation, grow the RudeNation, grow the RudeBoyz podcast network. For our year 8 for the year 2025, if you could believe it. And we just want all things bigger and better. Speaking of, our Discord has been pretty much popping off. We're going to try to reconfigure that to be a more, this is like the beta test for the Rude Zone, we call it. But in 2025, we're going to hopefully get some pretty decent stuff going on in the Discord over there. So please join it. You can go to bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord, all lowercase, and you are invited. You can come in, you can join the conversation, you can join the polls, you can find out when we're streaming on twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469, and you can just join the RudeNation and be part of the hippest, growing, best nation on the planet. But Tommy's, okay.
No, I didn't mean to.
He's tired of my bullshit. But what's not bullshit is the nation, and we appreciate the members of the RudeNation. And we like to do a thing on the Discord through our podcast. We like to ask the nation a question. So last episode, so many moons ago, is talking about everyone's favorite Marvel trilogy, and we're not really excluding this. We're not really just including this to MCU stuff. We're talking about Blades and your X-Men's and your Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, etc., because we do have the intent to do a RudeBoyz rank up for the Marvel trilogies. It's all ready, queued up, set up, ready to go. We're just, scheduling technical issues, whatever, what have you. But we did ask the members, and what was the consensus, Tommy? It seems like everybody's loving that Cap trilogy.
Yeah,
Cap. Right, which isn't going to be a trilogy in a couple months. It's going to be... We're going to have fights, I feel, about what a trilogy actually is.
the Steve Rogers Captain America trilogy.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, and I feel like we're gonna talk about this a lot. However, once we have a what the fuck is his name? Sam
Roberts?
It's not Sam Roberts.
I don't know.
What's Anthony Mackie's character's name? Sam
Wilson.
Sam Wilson. Oh my gosh. Until we have a Sam Wilson trilogy, it's gonna be it's 4 movies. Same thing with Thor. That's my thoughts. We're gonna fight about it, I'm sure, but we're gonna reserve that for the actual rank up portion.
We're always gonna fight.
We might have to take it off air because it might be just 30 minutes of us fighting about what a trilogy is. Because you also think a trilogy is one movie, which is not what a trilogy is. But
Whoa! What movie do I think is
I remember asking about the Star Wars trilogy. You're like, I think the Star Wars trilogy is one movie, and I'm like, that's not what that means.
Was this on recording?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I don't know about that.
Because I remember when we were talking.
You may have to find that and put that as a portion.
When we were talking, I might actually be. When we were talking, I remember when I asked you, I was
that
like,
doesn't sound like me.
When I was asking you, did you like Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse? Which one would you watch? And you're like, both. It's like one movie. And then I was like, all right, so like, and then I made the joke. I'm like, oh, what's your favorite movie? The Star Wars trilogy? And you're like, yeah, it is. You know, it is one movie. And then I'm like, that's not what the definition of a trilogy is. But we're gonna fight about it. We're gonna, but it seems like Captain America is the runner, the pinnacle of what the Rude Nation loves in a Marvel trilogy.
How many drinks did I drink when I went?
Now you're asking for we need to be a visual medium so we can constantly go back to this stuff. Exactly. We need something that they do in the WWE Performance Center where it's like almost as soon as you walk in, they're recording you for good stuff, because it's like when you become like a big star, they have like, oh, this is your first day in the Performance Center, you know, like they have all this stuff. You know, we need to hire some interns with our zero money coming in, which might be a thing. Who knows? We got to actually be on a consistent schedule.
Interns don't get paid anyway, so it don't matter.
They get paid in experience. You're right. American baby.
America. And dealing with us is an experience.
That's a fucking yeah. You'll get fucking college credit up the ass, bro. So Tommy, what are we asking the nation this episode? What are we asking them?
This episode, we are asking you, beautiful nation, what are you thankful for with the RudeBoyz?
Right.
So, like, you know, Chris's awesome Twitch streams.
Right.
That's not mockery.
No, I don't think it is.
Tommy's antics.
Yeah, Tom does have his antics.
You know, just whatever. Like,
yeah, what are you thankful for with us?
Yeah.
You know, fluff our duff. Let us know what we like, you know, or what you like from us. You know, I mean, we can enhance that. You know what I mean? We can try to do better, or you'd be like, oh, you guys like the Twitch stream, and then we'll try to get on a regular schedule with that.
Can't
or
get
you
any
like
worse.
we can't get any worse. You know, we could absolutely get worse, but I don't think we can. But I like that, Tommy. So
can only go up from me.
So let's get into the episode proper.
Yes.
Who do we got in our mouth?
We have Dunkin' Spite. I have original iced coffee.
And I have vanilla iced coffee. However, I mix that with my venti shaken espresso from Starbucks. So it is not the same thing, but it is still still Spite. Thud it up.
We have
Ooh.
We have beers chilling right now that we're letting them chill, so this way they're nice and tasty because they're stouts.
That did not mix well.
No. Ooh.
No, I'll still drink it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we got from Southern Tier, a local brewery. We have some pumpkin. No, we got like orange pumpkin. Twist, peanut butter cup, creme brulee,
tiramisu,
and what was the other one? Praline or something like that?
Yeah, whatever.
Listen, you boys are basic bitches. We love some fancy stuff.
We do.
We like some flavorful stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to give this a shot later. So, couldn't do it for now because they got to chill. But,
stouts, you really can't. I mean, I've drinking stouts warm.
Yeah, you would prefer not to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're trying not to do loosey-goosey too much.
Yeah.
We have a little...
As you can see, we're clearly prepared.
We have a little more of a format.
Yeah. So we're trying out some formats, which we're all... Why are we down for formats? You know, I like the formats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
We put some bullshit, ahead of, what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Formerly, we call
Blitzkrieg.
it
Yes, which was never Blitzkrieg, which
no.
I guess was kind of the point. It was, like, ironic.
Yeah.
But, there was a lot, there's a lot of stuff to keep up on.
We used to just put every little thing.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to be doing stuff that, like, really, I think, interests us or catches our eyes, I think.
So I put this up.
Yes.
There's news, big shock. I don't know if you guys heard this small sci-fi property, Star Wars. Apparently episodes 10, 11, and 12 are in the works. This is, I think, different than the Daisy Ridley. I don't know. I would call it new sequel series, new sequel trilogy. I don't know, but she's going to be part of it, or she's going to be part of like the movies going forward, which is like, love her, but like Star Wars. You are. I'm gonna. All right.
Apparently, it's going to continue the Skywalker bullshit.
Once you start slapping episode numbers on a Star Wars thing, it's more Skywalker bullshit. And you got Rey because like she's really the only she's the last Skywalker.
Can't just go around stealing someone's last name.
Sure you can. Absolutely you can. Why not? Who cares? She didn't have a last. Well, I guess her last name was Palpatine, but I mean, I guess that doesn't really even. It's not like you were born with a last name. You're right. Let me rephrase that. You are, but like the way Star Wars works, sometimes it's just whatever. But my thing, I listen. I am a fan of Star Wars.
Okay.
I also can forgive it for being dumb. A lot of people hold that shit to very high standards.
Oh, yeah.
Which I get, because if it was your childhood, sure. But, like, also your childhood had space wizards and flamboyant golden robots and teddy bears and giant dog men and giant space slugs. And the devil was in a scene. Like, all right, cool. Like, but God forbid there's black people. Like what? Yeah, in the cantina, the one guy,
The only thing that I can't forgive Star Wars for is the Acolytes.
Listen,
that was really the only.
Listen, all right. Let's talk about the Acolyte because we'll talk about some Star Wars stuff. I'm going to talk about it in this regard. I think the Acolyte had
potential.
It had potential. I think it had an open area to tell a story that. And I'm very, what am I trying to say? I'm very loosely familiar with the High Republic.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you read the book.
I tried to read the book.
All right.
Again, the first third was fucking exciting, and then it talked about bureaucracy, and I'm like, I can't read this anymore.
No.
I thought it had a potential. I think that creatively they need to keep, and you could say this about Marvel as well, because I think that a lot of the oversaturation, I guess really any Disney property, really, when you think about it, and I'm not trying to say shit's woke, but I think creatively speaking, there needs to be a more focused narrative. So, and which is terrible for me to say because I feel like now you're saying like, oh, directors don't have a voice or anything like that. I think
good directors do.
You're not wrong, but like I mean, look at George Lucas. George Lucas did the original trilogy, and everybody loves it. He was the singular director for the prequel trilogy, and say what you say about those movies, they had a direction. The sequel trilogy, 2 different directors, was going to be 3, then it was back to J.J. Abrams, like, a mess. Because everybody wanted to get their shit in. And, which is fine. I mean, if you want to hire an auteur director or a person of color or a marginalized person to tell a story in that vein, yes, then by all means, because again, the Star Wars universe is a great big beautiful place, you know? Like, you can have a coven of witches, you can have robots, you can have this, you can have that. Like, who cares? It doesn't have to be the same old, you know, space wizards. But the Acolyte just was not good. Like, that's the problem. Like, it just was not good. Not against the actors, not against the talent or anything like that, but it was just like, this ain't it, dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Cool choreography, interesting idea. Would love to like know what was the plan to happen, because like this was only a 1 season thing, obviously, because the second season was canceled because of all the drama behind it, and it just wasn't good. Like I said, you know, drama, but like it wasn't good. It just was not. No buzz, you know?
Yeah.
I think that I would like to, like, in a comic or something, be like, what's the... I can't even tell you the fucking characters' names. I don't know. But, like, what happened, you know? It wasn't memorable.
Yeah, and
maybe that is Star Wars oversaturation, but, like, yeah, you know? On the flip, because another thing is that Andor Season 2 comes out on my 40th, April 22nd, 2025. Andor, Rogue One, absolutely loved.
Absolutely.
That was a good step in the right direction. I think, as far as like the Disney era of Star Wars, in my opinion, Rogue One, Mandalorian Season 1, I would count the final season of Clone Wars, even though that was still kind of like progression from previous to, you know, prior to Disney. Right. Those are the only 3 things that come off the top of my head. Ahsoka was okay. I think Ahsoka was a little.
They incorporated like Rebels.
That was cool. No, don't get me wrong. That was really cool.
Pretty fucking cool. Like,
it was like a Rebels sequel series almost. Which I yes, you're right. I do like that, but I feel like those 3 things off the top of my head were like, fuck yeah, baby, Star Wars. I love it.
What about Book of Boba Fett?
That was crap. I didn't like that.
Really?
Except maybe like the last episode when it was like, let's just play with my toys, and here we go. And it's Mandalorian Season 2.5.
The last 3... it was like the last 3 episodes were Mandalorian 2.5.
It's almost like they realized, they were like, oh, shit. Where's Mando? Get Mando in here. That was good stuff. Andor... Andor was kind of like, I think it was after Book of Boba Fett, so I was just like, all right, more Star Wars, okay. And it was a long form. It was very dramatic. It was very, what am I trying to say? It was kind of like the boring parts of Game of Thrones, like the non-dragon stuff and the stuff with like the royalty and like the, you know, the political shit, you know? It was that stuff. Not to say it wasn't bad, but it was like you needed to digest the whole season before you're like, ooh, that was pretty good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it was pretty good. I would like to, I mean, I'm not going to commit to this, but I would like to rewatch it.
I have to give it another chance.
I think you should. Maybe we could do that together. Not like maybe we could do it together, but like, you know, we could do like a watch party, or, you know, like, oh, are you going to watch episode 1 tonight? Yeah. The first episode. You know, and then maybe we'll do that. Yeah, because I do remember walking away from it, enjoying it. Maybe not episode to episode, because again, maybe some of it was just like, it's different. You know, it's not as...
It's not space wizard shit.
It's not space wizard shit, and it's not really like space stuff. I mean, you go to different planets, but it's like, you know, Andor's on this planet, and Mon Mothma's on that planet, and whatever fucking Skarsgård's on that planet, you know, like, I think they're all the same planet, but whatever.
Maybe
you know, but it's
regions?
like, you know, yeah, maybe different regions. But yeah, no, I would definitely like to check it out again, especially before season 2. But like, there you go. Like, I mean, that was well received, and it's you know, maybe not as like blockbustery as The Mandalorian. So I think the whole thing with episodes 10, 11, and 12, I think is just more rote stuff, you know? It's the same thing, like, they're like, we're gonna make a Mandalorian movie, and it's like, yeah, because you know that will probably do well. Like, maybe just stick with that. The same thing Kevin Feige was saying about, like, okay, we really got to scale our shit down because it's getting a little too diluted. Like, yeah, no shit, you know? Also, fans are fucking weird sometimes, too, and they might not want a woman to lead them. Like, whatever, asshole, get over it.
Well, that was proven.
What do you mean? What?
That assholes don't want a woman to lead them.
Yeah, god damn.
You brought it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Tom? Like, where do you? It has Star Wars in the past 5 years, let's say.
Honestly,
has it like?
The only thing that I walked away from, like, that was shit, I will never watch that again, is The Acolyte. I've enjoyed everything else. Even Book of Boba Fett.
Did you even finish Acolyte?
No. I hated it.
You know how I always say you should probably watch it fully and then come up with a conclusion?
Don't.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I watched 3 episodes. I was like, this is crap.
It just wasn't done well. I mean, I've got zero problem with anything about it. Like, I don't care. Like, you know... I don't know. It's a Star Wars thing, man. Like it could have stuff. We're gonna have Skeleton Crew in like a couple weeks anyway. Which is gonna be like the Goonies or some shit, like in space, you know, or like like whatever. Like you can tell stories like that. I have no problem with that. It's just like it's just gotta be well done, you know. And Acolyte just wasn't good, and you know, it's not a thing about the cast. It's not a thing about genders or anything like that, but it just wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't good.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, there was no redeeming qualities.
So I mean, again, so like, where do you stand with like your Star Wars stuff now? Like, I mean, are you?
I'll watch Skeleton Crew.
Right.
Andor, like I said, I'm gonna give it another shot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I was very bored with it, and maybe I wasn't in the right state of mind to be watching something like that. Cause
you really kind of have to like. You got to focus up a little bit while watching
exactly.
it. Because, like, you know, there's going to be some nuance and stuff like that. But, like, that's what I think makes it good. It's almost like adult. It's like, I know it's on your list, The Penguin. People, I think, are flipping their shit over it because it's like, wow, this is just a good show.
It really
You know what I mean?
I'll be...
I mean, you want to get into it now as far as, you know, that's an interesting segue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't see Batman yet.
So, the funny thing is about The Penguin...
Mm-hmm.
You actually really don't need to watch.
Really? Okay.
Like, they mention events that happened in the Batman, but, like...
Would it help?
It would help a tiny bit. But this is more about the Penguin trying to rise up in the ranks of...
the criminal underworld.
Right. Yeah. You know... with the Falcones kind of like starting to like lose their grip.
I just want to say, I think the mobs in Batman obviously mirror the mob stuff in like the Marvel universe, like Spider-Man. For the life of me, I don't know if it is my Spider-Man bias towards Batman, but like I could not give a shit less about the mob shit in Gotham. It's so, but it's like a mental block almost.
I'm vice versa.
Really? Okay.
Like every time I hear like if I'm reading a Spider-Man comic that you let me borrow, and I see something like
or the Daredevil run. That's obviously. I think Daredevil takes more of the crime shit. Yeah. Because he's a little more, you know.
But it's just like the Magi.
He's also not fighting giant lizard men.
Yeah.
I mean, he could, but he usually doesn't. Not in his rogue gallery.
Depends if they get bored with Spider-Man, and then they're like, fuck it, we're gonna go fuck with the other dude.
Yeah, what's Mysterio doing? How ruin Matt Murdock's life?
But, fucking dick. Yeah. But, like, every time I'm like, the Magia, whatever, I'm like...
Because they can't say Mafia,
Yeah, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Magia, Silvermane. I mean, again, a lot of this stuff bleeds into...
I don't give a fuck about Hammerhead.
Yeah. I think also maybe that's my Daredevil... interest also because like there is overlap, you know, and then when they deal with like, you know, Hammerhead, I know him from Spider-Man. Kingpin, I know him from Spider-Man. Owl, like I've seen him in Spider-Man, but like I know he's a Daredevil guy or Silvermane or shit like that, you know, like it's or Tombstone, you know, like all these like crime people.
Right.
I don't know. I think them in Spider-Man, even like put Spider-Man the animated series. I see that. I'm like, okay, cool. I get that. The Batman animated series, like the crime stuff, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. See, I don't know. Again, it might just be my...
See, Long Halloween really made me interested.
That's a good point.
In the like, in more of the crime shit instead of like, oh look, I fucking shoot fear gas at you, or I'm the crown prince of crime. Riddle me this, Batman. like, I get so fucking tired of their goddamn nonsense.
No, I
it's
totally
such
understand.
a breath of fresh air when it's just like some dudes who are just like, yeah, fuck it. We want to fuck this group up. We're gonna bomb the fuck out of them. No, we're gonna bomb the fuck out of you. Like,
yeah.
I think it's just so much more interesting.
I think it's just my own hypocrisy because it's like, what's the difference? You know, like literally, there's no difference. But I think it's just like, I don't know, because it's maybe a little more realistic in like the DC universe versus the Marvel universe, where it's like, yeah, you also have a guy wearing a space suit and a goblin on a glider. Like, yeah, I'm more interested in that side of the world versus like the other stuff. You know what I mean?
I am.
But again, I'm open to it again because I am calling out my own hypocrisy. Honestly, I think the crime stuff also in the Nolan. You should also check out
the Batman though.
No, I should.
It's real. It is really
the crime stuff. The crime stuff in the Nolan movies also were like,
I hated it.
Like, I don't care. Like, show me more again, because I think they were using. I mean, outside of the Joker, you were using you weren't using bombastic villains like you were in like the Keaton movies or the 90s movies.
I mean, the fact that Scarecrow was really good. Like Cillian Murphy.
No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I think those were all excellent portrayals.
Pretty peak, yeah.
But like, you know, it's Scarecrow. He's not like, I'm gonna hold the city hostage, you know, like that. I don't know what the fuck that was. He tried, but yeah, you're right.
He tried with Ra's al Ghul's help, and
all right, yeah, I don't know. Those are Batman Begins is good. I like Batman Begins.
Yeah.
I should probably give those movies a shot again.
Maybe we'll do good movies for them.
2025. Let's say.
I like it.
All right.
I have them.
I know I have one. I like one.
I bought the
nice
the trilogy box set.
So the Penguin.
Colin Farrell, amazing.
Sure, dude. Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Clancy Brown's in it. He's awesome.
Oh, Clancy Brown, man. This guy probably works for Peanuts.
He plays Sal Maroni.
That sounds familiar.
He's the guy. He's the one that threw the acid in Harvey Dent's face.
Oh,
yeah. At least in the Dark Halloween, Long Halloween story he did. Who is the girl who plays Sophia?
Oh, Christina Melody.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mamma mia, man. She is. That is. I'm not seeing. That's my symptomite for this fucking.
I did see a post where someone was just like,
good lord.
What is up with Carmine Falcone's sperm? Because you have Selena Kyle.
Really?
Selena Kyle is his illegitimate daughter.
Zazie Beetz, right?
No,
Zazie Beetz.
That was Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. Z names, fuck. I'm terrible. I get Matts and Mikes and this and that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Colin Farrell, unrecognizable.
Can we talk about Christina Melody for a minute, please? Because,
yeah, like, I'm looking at her filmography, like...
She was the mother in How I Met Your Mother, which was the first thing I've seen her in.
Yeah.
She was in the movie Palm Springs with Andy Samberg.
Yeah, she was also in the Wolf of Wall Street.
She was in the Wolf of Wall Street. She was Leonardo DiCaprio's wife prior to
Margot Robbie.
Yeah. But again, adorable in Palm Springs. She was in the show. Oh fuck! It was on. You have her discography up. It's The Resort.
Yes.
Very good show.
Yeah, I remember.
Very good show.
You were talking about that last year.
And now she's fucking mom. Man, she was
in Hit Monkey.
That's the plot of the show I would watch for. That's what I'm saying. I watched the show for the plot.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very attractive lady.
She was so good in it.
That's what I've heard. And she's a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, she should legit. I hope she gets an Emmy nom for this. Like,
hopefully, bro.
And honestly, even Colin Farrell deserves an Emmy nom.
I mean,
he was so good.
I've heard. I'm excited for that. You know, and I'm excited to see this stuff.
And like, you know, like the Penguin's like right hand guy was really good. Like this kid named Victor. Yeah.
Zaz?
No.
Freeze?
It's not Zaz. No. It's not Freeze. Which, funny thing is, like after watching the Penguin, I'm like, kind of. Got the itch to play the Arkham games again. So,
cool, man. Listen.
So I started on Asylum. Which, fun fact is...
Would you buy them on Switch?
No,
Oh, you got them on PS4. You got the Return to Arkham.
Yep.
Nice.
And I have Night. Penguin, only Batman Rogue who's never done time in Arkham. He never did time in Arkham.
Because he's a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a... I mean, he's a psycho, but he has other people doing psychotic
Remember
shit.
that there was a video I sent you? It was like guys, they were talking, and they were like, wouldn't it be better if Bruce Wayne just put his money into the into Arkham Asylum, and then he's just like, I need a tank, give me a tank. And then they're like, Batman, Edward Nygma's just a guy. Like, he's obsessed with puzzles. He's a little off his rocker, and he's like,
I need a plane.
Alfred, I need to shoot the penguin with the beanbag.
Or I'm fucking with a beanbag.
Well, because he's not shooting guys with bullets.
Well, fucking, you know what? Maybe he should fucking do his job like Frank Castle does, and fucking start putting bullets in these guys.
So it's funny you say he should just go kill people versus maybe use his funds to just rehabilitate these people. That's a very interesting take, Tom.
Anyway, Penguin is highly recommended.
Okay. I need to watch it before the Rudies.
Yeah,
it's
it's 8 episodes.
Yeah, I love that. Listen,
fucking
I love
boom.
that. Yeah.
Each episode's like 42 minutes.
Oh, baby, you are speaking my language.
Yeah, that's not gonna be the only reason you pop it.
I don't know. She's just very attractive. Like I don't have sexual attraction to her, but she's just very like that's nice to look at. Well, there's like a difference, you know.
I don't know, just how you were like, oh yeah, like before, but like,
yeah, fucking Vince
like
McMahon.
you, like also, like you were, like you were very close to going Vince McMahon.
No,
like,
well, no, we don't go full Vince.
You never go full Vince.
You never go full Vince. You didn't watch that documentary,
No,
did you?
I refused though.
Oh, okay.
And
I mean,
it's
it's apparently. I mean, it's like whatever. But
it's
like,
funny though. Like my buddy at work did.
Okay.
And he's just like, "Jeez, yeah." I was like, "Yeah, no shit."
Yeah,
like,
we watched him. I watched him tell Trish Stratus to kiss his ass and
like
bark like a dog.
Like I totally.
That was her boss.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's not characters. That's her boss doing that.
Like I love like there was a guy that
was on camera.
Like he did a video where he was just like, he's like, normal people watching the Vince McMahon documentary. Oh God, I can't believe this.
Like, oh shit.
Me wrestling fans watching it. Pff, yep, told them.
I remember that.
Told them. Yep, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I have no reason to watch it. I know the scummy shit
Just
he's
curious.
done.
Yeah.
Have you?
No.
You going to?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not watching stuff I want to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I should do that first. Like, I mean, we both watched Agatha All Along.
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
Agatha All Along, I enjoyed the shit out of. I really did.
This is obviously a Rudetober epilogue going on right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. You can let me before you praise it. I'll get my stuff in.
You're bullshitting.
Yeah, like I don't know. I thought it was okay. You know. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't something that really grabbed me completely.
Okay.
Maybe because I didn't give it a chance. Maybe because it was like, well, WandaVision was great, but like I don't need to see a show about Agatha. You know what I mean? That's just me. Yeah. So I said my piece, Tommy. Let's talk about it.
I am glad that they did this because it was a good introduction fully for the character Wiccan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me more Young Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to see a Young Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty positive you will, because a lot of the people they could choose for Young Avengers are already introduced.
Yeah, and I'm really wondering if we're gonna see the kid that plays the kid Eli, who's Patriot.
Right. Well, you saw him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right, but
you want to see him like actual.
You see his grandfather in the newest trailer for.
Yeah, he was also in Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if we're going to see him a little more.
Maybe, yeah.
So that would be cool to see. Give me more Young Avengers.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
That sounded
nothing problematic about that. I think
the cast. I think fantastic.
Yeah, I know what the cast.
Catherine Hahn plays her so goddamn well, and if they were doing Fantastic Four,
mm-hmm.
I don't want to say the correct way.
Okay.
But the way I envisioned it, like them being like not being from another reality, essentially.
Right.
Because Agatha was actually Franklin's nanny for a while.
I think I remember hearing that.
So that would have been interesting to have her.
Well, there's a
pop up.
Thank you. There's a rumor or whatever is that the Fantastic Four that we're going to see in the movie are actually from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then they get thrown into another reality.
Okay.
So now they're trying to get back to.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which how are you going to explain that? Who knows? I'll take this.
Sorry. I need to see your beautiful face.
Oh, baby.
All right. Don't get your head swelled.
But it's not the only one. But yeah, that's just a rumor. Real quickly. Yeah, like I don't know. It just wasn't doing anything for me. Like, I get introducing Wiccan. That's fine. Important character for Young Avengers, for, even just representation, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, LGBTQ plus character, said that right, is perfectly fine. Like, that to me, I know that is part of the character's lore and what have you in the comics, and obviously they portray it in the show also. I'm not offended. I'm not like, oh, like, whatever. I'm sure people are, because they saw two boys smooching. They also saw two girls smooching, so, like...
Aubrey Plaza's death was awesome.
I get Thanos he had the right intent, man. He had the right intentions right there. I wonder if they're ever going to be like, yeah, because comic fans know why Thanos did that. Mm-hmm. And they really did, like, to court Thanos is to court death or something. They said that in, like, the first Avengers movie. The dude who was with Thanos.
Ronan?
No, not Ronan. The guy who, like, Loki... Oh, no, Ronan snaps his neck or something.
Okay, yeah.
That guy, he says something, he was just like, to fight Thanos is to court death, or some shit like that, which was like like, to the fan, to the movie fans...
I didn't catch that.
The movie fans, they're like, ooh, yeah, like, to death. I understand that, but,
right.
Comic fans are like, no, that's a character, bro. And also a concept, but, like... And that, so, like, I wonder if they're ever gonna, like,
elaborate,
do anything with that.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably. Well, the same thing. Like, are we ever gonna see Agatha again? I mean, if you see Wiccan, you might see her pop up, but, like, I think that's it.
So many people are like, oh, we're gonna see Mephisto and Agatha. We're gonna see Mephisto. Yo, people, get over the fucking Mephisto hump.
You need to play a lot more of Midnight Suns, because I think it is such a good... It's not just an Avengers story, or like it's like an Ultimate Alliance where it takes, like, rogues and, like, story beats and characters, and it throws all this. It's like I like Guardians,
right? Because
of, like, it was a Guardian story, but, like, you'll read a thing, or you'll go to that collector's fucking collection, thank you, and you'll see, like, Stormbreaker, and you'll see, like, shit from the larger Marvel universe, which is cool. The Spider-Man video games used to do that until, like, now Sony has Spider-Man license, so, like, that's only it, you know what I mean? Or like, they only have the X-Men, so they don't play with each other. Right. This one is like, oh shit, there's a lot of stuff going on here. But yeah, like, Mephisto, like, there's a lot of stuff in it, and I had no.
Like, there's there's this one YouTuber, I don't even know the boner's name, but, like...
That's fine.
Every fucking MCU show, he's just like, yep, that's Mephisto. Like, I don't know if it's just...
It's gotta be a gimmick.
A bit now. And the funny thing is, he probably won't say anything in Ironheart, because Mephisto apparently is going to be showing up in Ironheart, which, to me, is the oddest thing for him to fucking show up in.
They should do, like they should leak... Not leak, but rumor, like Marvel Studios should. Say, like, oh, Mephisto's going to be in this movie or this show, blah, 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 and keep it going. And then when they actually do introduce Mephisto, like, retcon that he was in these things. You know what I mean? Like, he was manipulating the mask. Well, no, I mean the hood, the mask. Some sort of face garment.
Not a mask.
No, because the hood is going to be the villain in Ironheart.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
that's
have him-
why we'll see Mephisto, because I think he gets the hood from Mephisto.
Sure. But, like, you know what I
don't
mean?
fucking
Like,
know.
have him, have
a
like,
weird
Mephisto
cult.
have, like, the machinations of the thing, which is kind of what I wanted Kang to do, you know?
Fuck
Like,
'em.
well, again, I
Fucking...
in a perfect world, I think Jonathan Majors could have done a great job. Okay, I say in a perfect world with a lot of things not writing against the whole phase in general.
Yeah.
Because, like, apparently, like one of his variants was the author of the Darkhold, and they were going to talk about that in Agatha all along.
Oh.
You know, which would be like, okay, cool, great. Hey, we're getting back on plot. You know, we're getting back on, but now everything is in a tizzy. All these things really do seem disjointed. You know, which I think is a big problem with the phase. But again, they're doing the best they can. You know. Like, apparently Doctor Strange and Clea are in the Dark Dimension doing this, and, you know, also Hercules we got introduced to, and
Yeah, but
Star Fox. And,
Is that the real Doctor Strange? Because he had the third eye. And
well, because I thought he didn't he absorb parts of the
that's
Darkhold?
right. Yeah, I gotta watch that movie again.
That was a fun movie.
It was.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi did a fucking bang up
Yeah.
job.
I've had issues with that movie, but it was a fun movie. Again, it's in my Star Wars era where I'm just like, fine, dude, whatever, you got my money.
Yeah.
I just entertain me at least. That's all I care about at this point. Hence why we didn't see Madam Web in theaters, and hence why we're really dragging our feet to the point to see Venom: Last Dance, because they just don't seem very fun.
A guy at work, he went to go see Venom Last Dance, and
Okay.
he was just like, it was fine. He's like, it was 2 hours of build up and then nothing.
Cool.
I'm like, cool story.
Yeah.
I'll wait for streaming.
Yeah, that sounds like a girlfriend I had.
Huh?
2 hours of build up and then nothing. That's the joke. What else we been up to, Tommy? We're talking about a Rudetober epilogue.
You know what was entertaining? Or
What
is
was?
entertaining?
What was or is?
What you got me for my birthday, the Retro Realms double feature game
Talk to us about this.
with Halloween and Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
So what kind of game is it?
It's a 16-bit side-scroller.
Mm-hmm.
You could play as Michael Myers, Ash Williams from Evil Dead,
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Campbell.
Yep.
You could also play as Laurie Strode.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if because I got you the physical edition.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was included because I heard it was just like a pre-order thing or something like that.
Oh,
but I guess
really?
it's included in the physical.
And
That's
then you can also play as a character from Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
cool. Okay, nice.
I watched a handful of episodes. It's good. It's entertaining. I
Okay.
just kind of fell off.
That we were talking about that as far as like how deep does does
Yeah,
it pull
no.
from everything Ash, Evil Dead,
yeah,
and it
like,
pulls everything from Halloween. That's cool.
it is. Like, I mean, you know, it pretty much is, you know, that, you know, there's like a big bad who he wants to bring the Nightmare Realm to...
It's like an original guy, or it's like
Yeah, yeah.
I saw a little bit.
I think
of
his
it.
name's like the Overlord or some shit. I forget what
Sure.
his name is. So he enlists Michael Myers to, like, you know, murder people.
Right.
Ash Williams is trying to stop him, and
Okay.
so is the other Laurie Strode and the character Max.
So did they play? So I know that like they're almost two different stories,
yeah,
but they do kind of like intertwine.
I
a little bit?
don't know.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I don't. I'm only with Michael Myers. I'm on World 3.
Okay.
With Ash, I think I'm on World 2. So.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then, you know, after each level, it has, like, you could spend money for upgrades and
Okay,
such,
sweet.
for, like, health. It's really fun. Like, a lot of button controls. I forget what some buttons do.
Okay.
And, like, which leads to aggravation of me dying. And then I'm like, oh, wait, stupid, you could do this.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, some games are like that. They throw a lot at you, and you're like, oh yeah. I can do that.
so, I've been enjoying the shit out of that.
Awesome.
That and Vampire Survivors.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Vampire
Yeah.
Survivors. So that was our unofficial RudeBoyz game club for Rudetober.
Yep.
Because I have vampires in it. It's got monsters and shit in it too. And they had the Ode to Castlevania DLC, which came out on
So
Halloween,
good.
which I streamed at twitch.tv /RudeBoyz469. And you can check out the archive on our YouTube, youtube.com /@RudeBoyz469. I think that's right. But I'm having a good time with that. I've just been kind of like unlocking I bought all the DLC for all of it. Yeah, I think it cost me probably less than 20 for the game and everything else.
Yep, exactly.
And I've just been going and unlocking other characters from the Castlevania portion, which is apparently it was like all the Belmonts, all the main characters, and apparently there's like Vampire Survivors is
deep cuts.
Vampire Survivors is like a game. It's almost like it's like you're looking at a piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this is your game right here, right? And then it's like, oh, there's another side to this.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a ton of secrets and a ton of shit,
Yeah.
and even the regular port, like if you just bought the base game,
there's
a ton of stuff, like secrets and unlocks and other characters that they don't even talk about.
Yep.
So apparently, there's like a ton more. There's probably like at least 3 times as many Castlevania characters.
Wow.
That outside of the ones you just see when you get the DLC.
Right.
They go nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Same.
But I don't know if I'm mentally here for it because a lot of it is like, you have to get 5,000 gold and then, like some of the things are very like.
The library's real good for that shit.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, you mean the Mad Library in the base game? Yeah. That's a good grinding spot.
Yeah, I got up to level 101 on that.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. And then Grim Reapers came at me.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
But like then you can like unlock an endless mode, which is like you just keep going and then there are no Reapers, which is like what I want to do to like the Castlevania DLC in itself is a very expansive map.
Yeah, Alucard's
they give you warps. Alucard is good. I did I was using with Juice the Belmont. Juice the Belmont. And I just kept collecting whips.
Stupid fucking character name.
It is a Juste.
Juice.
Motherfucker,
what do you know about Juice?
He I think that's the title. Let me write that down real quick.
Ridiculous.
I'm just gonna write that down here. What do you know about
Juice?
It should be Juice or Juiced.
I said Juice.
You did say Juice. Okay,
Yeah,
I knew we were talking about Juiced.
No, I said Juice.
Good content, everybody. But I kept collecting whips, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool too. But I I always get to like minute 29, 40 seconds, and I just get swarmed, and I'm like, god damn it.
God.
I know, because like apparently if you beat a level, and by beating a level it means like you get to the 30-minute mark, and that's it. Apparently then like that does unlock someone, but I was like, fuck, whatever, you get back at it, or I do an easier level, which is also I'm capable of doing that. But I'm enjoying it. I like just picking it up. That's my train game now. So I have a Switch Lite now that I got around the same time as I got Echoes of Wisdom, and because it's the Zelda one. It's small, but it's like it's perfectly fine. Yeah, I take that on the train, and I do. They have a hyper mode, which I think you unlock in some levels after you beat them.
Yeah, I have that.
So I think that means you go faster. No, there's two. There's like a bunch of fucking like toggles you can hit. I only have hurry, which is like, hurry is like the time goes twice as fast, but you get twice as much experience. Hyper is like you get more gold, and you're faster.
Right.
And then there's Arcana, which is then you can get like modifiers and buffs, which I don't know how. Again, I don't know how I unlock half these things. It just happens.
Dude,
so I'm like, cool.
Maxing out the garlic is insane.
Yes. Do that with the candelabra, and then it's like you're fucking giant fucking.
I'm like, I'm just gonna walk back and
garlic
forth.
Garlic is fucking hardcore, bro. But what's your? Do you stick with one character? Or you try to mingle it around.
Poe, I really like because he starts off with garlic. I like what the hell's her name?
What's the weapon?
She has a book and she just makes like a column of magic that just goes.
Oh, one of the Castlevania characters.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm still going down the Belmonts, so I'm like I haven't really fucked with any of the magics.
No. She's a vampire. She's in the
Vampire Survivor peoples. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah. No. And when you upgrade that. Like max out. Yeah. Holy, you can't be touched.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Some things you can't. Have you been evolving your weapons or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I mean, like the transforming of the weapons. Okay, cool. Because this game doesn't tell you shit.
Yeah.
It's only like if you were to max out
things.
Yeah, like if you were to max out the whip and you also have like the heart with it, I think it transforms into a whip that can siphon health.
Right, yeah.
Like it's shit like that, and it's like so I have like this graphic on my phone that I'm just like, all right, what weapon do I have? What sub weapon do I need to evolve it? And like, look at it. I mean, I don't know if you can see it from here, but like, it's got all the DLC things in here.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, it's like you... And some weapons I've never even seen before. So I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck to get those.
I like the Sonic Whip.
Yeah, the Sonic Whip is good.
Oh.
Yeah, like, that is good.
When you get that...
It's a little slow, but when it goes, it's like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah.
And then, it, because they'll go on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was our unofficial RudeBoyz club.
Yeah, you kind of broke me with that one.
It's fine. It's a
I was
good
like,
game.
I'm going to do Midnight Suns. And then you told me about Vampire Survivors. I was like, holy shit.
Well, we'll do a little update on Midnight Suns. Where you at?
I just beat Crossbones.
You just beat so you're on the mission I was talking about to you off air.
Yeah. We just ruined the city. Gotta go.
Yeah, exactly. This big Avengers Tower mission where they introduce Cap.
Right.
So that's cool. Again, it's shit like that where it's just like, hey, Cap, where the fuck's Cap America been? Here he is. Like I like that stuff. I'm much further.
So hard. Like
he's so good. He's a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm much further than you. Because I've just been. I want to finish this fucking game so I can get back to fucking Star Wars Outlaws. Because every day that goes past, I'm away from that.
Or the updates, maybe they update that game to make it better. Outlaws, was there like issues?
Yeah, no, they updated it right before I think Astrobot came out, which is another game I want to get back into. I also have an issue stream. So, just fun fact for the nation, and Tommy here, that Elgato capture card that I have does not work with the PS5. I don't know why. Like it doesn't. It's like a pass through, and I don't know if it's just not getting enough power that it can't pass through on top of the Xbox.
Okay.
But I can stream my Switch. I can stream my Xbox that way. I have to go separate.
Isn't there a stream button on the PS5?
There is, but remember I was having problems with like the bit rate and shit like that. I was remedying it through the capture card because it was going through my laptop.
Right.
But if I'm streaming directly from my PS5, it gets a little funky. Like when we did the stream for Silent Hill, when we did the stream for Astrobot, it gets a little fucked up. So I think I might have to, for the time being, retire PS5 streaming because I can't guarantee that the quality is going to be good enough. But is what it is. I mean, I have access to stream from the Switch and the Xbox now. But like I was saying, Midnight Suns, really enjoying it.
Yeah, same. I
think it would have gotten pushed further into my love for it. I think the card stuff is fine. It is a little kind of like, I mean, that's the game. It's a little handcuffy.
Yeah.
Like if it was an Ultimate Alliance, I'd be like, fuck yeah. But also like, I played those games already. It's interesting to do a different thing now, but also like, I'm still liking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm enjoying it, but like I said, if they did it as, like you said, like they could have called this Midnight Suns Ultimate Alliance or Ultimate Alliance Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Shit would have been fucking, and have that style, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah. I guess just they wanted to do something different, which I totally understand, and I'm fine with it. It's totally not. I mean, it is part of the things that are good about this game.
Right.
I think the gameplay is good. I would have probably gravitated to it better if it wasn't card based, but it's not the hardest fucking thing in the world.
Right.
Sometimes I do dumb shit where I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I can't do that.
Restart mission.
I don't even do that. I wish, honestly, if it had like a rewind feature, like Fire Emblem does, I probably would have been like, all right, cool. Like if I make one fucking bad move, like if you move your character and then like you do a thing, or like let's say you move the character and you're like, oh fuck, I didn't want to move him there.
I'm in the red circle.
this happened to me too. I wanted to move one of my characters out of the way from an explosion, right?
Right.
So I'm like, oh, but if I do this action, this like
It'll
actual
get me
like
out of
attack or something, they'll move out of it.
Right.
It was the wrong character. I'm like,
I've done that.
fuck.
I've done
but
that.
I can move the characters separately now,
Right,
and I was trying to
yeah.
save that. But whatever. That's the strategy, I guess. But whatever. You can't romance anyone. Just saying. I think these characters would all fuck. I mean, what's stopping them, really? The fact that they're moral, right?
So you just want to have a giant orgy in
It's
the
like
Abbey.
it's like the Olympic Village, man. They're all hot, strong, sexy people with powers who are like, oh, it's the end of the world, babe. You know? Like,
Let's fuck.
right, yeah. Have you gotten to the subplot where, like, Blade's hot for Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, there you go. And, like, see, they are teasing. I mean, I don't want to say anything.
No, what? Say.
They are teasing that, like, Cap's kind of like a third wheel, but he doesn't know he is because he's an old man, basically. He's got old man brain. He's just like, oh, Blade wants to be my friend. That's weird. And it's like, nah, Blade doesn't want... Blade invited you because Cap Marvel's there, you know? Like, but you have to, like... You also have to, like, negotiate that dialogue with him. You don't want to be like... You know, it's funny stuff.
Oh, that is hysterical. Does Cap
They
walk...
don't be fucking. That's it, man.
Does Cap walk around in his fucking flag all day? Like his flag outfit? Or is he like Peter eventually where he has like a...
Oh, no. They, the only one that... So I bought the DLC because I enjoy the interaction, you know? I bought the DLC. The only one that actually, like, wears their costume
all the
outside is, like, Deadpool. Because like they just didn't want to... But, like, if he wears a t-shirt, you see he's all fucking scarred up.
Right.
But the face, they keep it under a mask.
Right.
All the other characters... I put Captain Marvel in her suit always because I don't like her design. She's got, like, weird hair or something in, like, in the regular design.
Right.
And I just, like, I don't like this, how this looks. So she's very much out of place, but I'm also, like... She's also, like, standing by the fucking war room, and I'm like, all right, whatever. You're, like, ready to go. It's fine. I can forgive it. But a lot of the characters... their Abby outfits, I usually just... You know, I buy a couple, and I'm like, I just change every day. Who cares? You know, it's cool. It's cute. I feel like I spend more time doing that than the missions.
Right.
When I really should just be hunkering down and doing the missions so I can beat this fucking game.
No, instead you're fucking playing fucking Dress Up Barbie.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Ileana. I gotta see what her deal is, you know?
Gotta talk to Nico.
Gotta talk to Wanda. I'm talking to women. I don't know.
Ileana keeps getting mad at me.
See, that's the... So some of them you have to...
She's very fickle.
Yeah, but some of them you have to, like... pick the dark choice.
Yeah.
In order, like with Deadpool, is that way because Deadpool's got like a dark sense of humor. So like you can't just be like, we should all work together, and then Deadpool's like, fuck that shit, you know, or whatever, you know. Like that's how Deadpool is.
Yeah.
You have to kind of almost like know the character outside of the game. You know, like Ileana's dark. You know, like she's got a dark outlook on stuff. You know, I unlocked Wanda, so like she's got a very skewed looking of stuff. You can't be like, yeah, everything will get better, and she's just like, how will it? I was like possessed.
I
like,
hate life right now.
Yeah. So, but I really am enjoying it.
Good.
I wish it was shorter. Only because like I wish I was done with it, but in the best way possible.
Right.
Like I'd like to move on, but I am still enjoying it.
Good.
And I do spend way more time not in missions. I'll just say it that way. RudeBoyz Game Club, everybody. Marvel's Midnight Sun, still rocking and rolling.
Where we talk about wanting to fuck these characters.
A previous RudeBoyz Game Club, Dredge, I was playing the DLC, streamed that on twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469, and our archive, youtube.com/@RudeBoyz469. Kind of more of the same stuff. Very fetch questy. Only played it when I streamed it. But I put it on my Switch Lite.
Okay.
So I want to try to get back into that because that is a good game to like just hop in,
jump out,
get some fish or whatever the fuck the mission is. I like the motif. I like the spooky stuff. We talked about this last year, you know. And it's a game you can just kind of like yeah,
right,
yeah.
You're a big puss, and I love you for it.
It's not like a scary thing. It's just like a.
Sorry.
Wow, Tom, Jesus, focus up, my guy.
Sucking guy. Any fucking way. What else have you been playing, you boner?
I played Inside. Did
Okay.
that on the stream for Rudetober One Shot. That is a game put out by Playdead, who also did Limbo. Limbo, I played twice. Hated it the second time because it was way just fucking blah. Inside was good. Again, you got the full playthrough with the death count, which was a neat addition to our stream. You can check that out on Twitch, and you can check that out on YouTube. Also streamed a little bit of and beat Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, High Definition, LOS MOF HD. We do you know anything about the Lords of Shadow series?
Definitely did not look high.
What?
Definitely did not look like it was in HD.
Oh well, I mean it was spruced off of the 3DS was what the game came from, you know. So I guess high def is what 720p, like whatever.
I played a little bit.
Okay.
Right, because
says enough right there.
That's the one that Patrick Stewart narrates.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Lords of Shadow series. I apologize if I'm spoiling anything for Lords of Shadow, but I don't care. It's interesting, but it's also like.
What was it? Lords of Darkness I played.
Lords of Shadow. It would have been.
Okay.
Yeah, Lords of Shadow.
Were you farting? I think.
No, because I bought the second one.
Uh-huh.
No. I bought the second one. I thought it was still over there, but it's
From purchase?
It's stacked there a little bit. I mean, I like Castlevania. Like, whatever. Like, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, the first one that came out for the 360 and the PS3, was a reboot of the Castlevania franchise, kind of in vein of the PS2 God of War games and Little Devil May Cry-ish and stuff like that. Picks up with this character, Gabriel Belmont, who's... I don't really remember the plot. Wife is sick. Wife is killed. Wife is abducted. I don't remember. Has to rescue her. Has to basically make deals with the devil. And then, big shock, he is Dracula.
So wait, the character...
Nope.
There it
is.
The character you're playing is Dracula.
In Lords of Shadow, you play as Gabriel Belmont.
Who is Dracula.
Who becomes Dracula. He's not Dracula when you're playing as him. He basically assumes
is Dracula.
Well, not in this universe. He's imbued by vampiric powers.
Okay.
And takes the title of Dracula, Lord of Dracul, or whatever it is, right? Okay. So that's their big ooh, what a twist. Also, their other twist at the end of that game. Do you want me to spoil Lords of Shadow for you? Are you ever going to play it?
I don't have access to it.
All right, cool. The end of that game. Because, again, it's like in the 11th century or some shit, you know? The end of that game... A long time ago. It's been a while.
Nope.
That's not my... That's too late.
Not for people they can.
The end of that thing, end of that game, the post-credit scene is that he's in the modern world. So, like, he's been Dracula this whole time, and now it's, like, it's the new millennium. You know what I mean? So, which is cool. Because that's very much like how Castlevania games were. Like, every 100 years, he'd pop up or whatever. The Mirror of Fate game that came out for 3DS and then got high defed is a 2D, in vain, side-scrolling game. Like a Metroidvania, whatever. You know, like the Symphony of the Nights and all those other ones, sort of. But it's not great. You play as Simon Belmont. You play as a couple characters.
Who is Renfield now?
No.
Okay.
Simon Belmont is... How do I say this without burying the plot? He needs to go kill Dracula to avenge his father. Simon's father. Because Simon's father went to try to kill Dracula and he did not succeed.
Do they not realize that Dracula is using Belmont techniques to murder them?
So there's a little bit of gap. There's a little bit of a gap, right? Because this is a generational thing now, right?
Yeah, because I feel like Dracula, who used to be a Belmont, would use Belmont techniques to fucking murder Belmont.
But now he also has like vampire magic too,
right?
You know?
But still, like
he'll fight with swords and claws and shit. You know?
If he has a case of the fuck arounds, it's like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
fuck him.
So, but Simon doesn't know any of that. Simon knows that I have to kill this Dracula vampire, right? Okay.
Right.
He knows that. That's all he knows. While he's in the castle, and it does a little bit of time hoppy stuff.
Right.
So you play as Simon. You run into this mysterious character who is effectively, he is this timeline, this universe's Alucard.
Okay.
Okay? So he is Dracula's son. That's how that chapter ends. The second chapter picks up, you're playing as Alucard. Alucard wakes up from his slumber. Alucard, much like in the regular... I'm probably saying it how they say it in the game. Scottish.
Alucard.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's fucking made up.
I'm just correcting you.
Oh, okay. He, much like in the original games, he hates Dracula, so he's like, I gotta fight this fucking guy. So he goes to the castle also. So you're doing like, it's almost like concurrent storylines now, right?
Okay.
So you see Simon now as Alucard,
Thank you,
and then you try to help him and stuff.
Okay.
And then you end up fighting Dracula. Like, that's where that ends, okay? Okay. Then, you play as Trevor Belmont.
Okay.
So that's Simon's father. Okay? So that was Simon's dad who went to go fight Dracula and then died. Whom now Simon is like, oh, I gotta go avenge my dad. Again, this is like 30 years. Like, this is a generation of everything, okay?
So you're playing as 3 different people in one game.
Correct.
Okay. Just really trying to follow this.
Right, because I've named 3 characters.
Yeah.
I've named multiple characters. But
yeah.
Okay, so now you play as Trevor Belmont.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job following.
So far. Except I couldn't say Alucard without you being like, whoa. Hit the brakes, kid.
Look.
So,
I like
you play as Trevor, and he goes to fight Dracula. Because he has a vendetta against Dracula. Because Dracula killed his Trevor's mom. Okay? Or I thought Dracula is responsible for Trevor's mother's death. Okay? You got me? Okay. Spoiler alerts for this whole fucking game. Too late.
This could have been a whole fucking episode in itself.
He ends up killing Dracula. He ends up slaying Dracula. Except, crazy dark magic machinations, he was looking at the titular Mirror of Fate. So, like, he ends up dying. Again, it was like a weird, like, that's the final battle.
Trevor.
And it's like, Trevor. That was like the final battle, and it was a cool final battle, but then like it got deflated because it was like, oh, actually he just imagined that, but he died.
It's like fucking Wayne's World.
Exactly.
Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending.
It's at this point though, the player, and I knew this prior because I've known about this game for years.
Okay.
And this is the first time I'm playing it. It is revealed that Trevor is Gabriel's son.
Like the angel?
No, Gabriel Belmont.
Who is
Dracula.
Okay.
So Dracula killed his own son, wants to save him, turns him into Alucard. Yep.
Okay.
And Trevor's kid is Simon. Simon.
Uh-huh.
Right. So you're following? So it's like 3 generations of Belmonts plus 2 generations of Dracula. Basically, so you've got your.
I just had an aneurysm.
That's fine. That's fair. I think it's a very interesting thing they tried to do, but like the game is just not.
Where's Rudetober?
Super great. Rudetober? That's the thing. I don't think it goes any further than that. I know Lords of Shadow 2. I think has some Trevor stuff in it and has some Alucard DLC, which I downloaded because I'm like, who the fuck knows when that's gonna get pulled off the stores?
Yeah, true.
And I hear the game is shit. But the DLC is cool, so I'm like, all right, whatever, Castlevania, I'm in, baby. But with all that being said, had I not known the actual twist of the story, I don't think I'd ever played this game in my life.
I'm not going to play this game.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not great. It was like 6 hours, which is like, maybe that's probably a little too long, but like, it was fine. It was fine. And it's Castlevania, and I could be just like, okay, I played that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the only reason I would play these games. Just be like, all right, it's Castlevania.
It's Castlevania. Yeah. I have an opinion on it because I played it. Tom, we read some stuff. We read some spooky stuff. You read Darkhold.
I did.
So I talked about that briefly from our Rudetober recap. Talk to me about Darkhold.
Darkhold? So, alright. There's a robot that is, like, digging in Latveria in the beginning
right, yes.
to get the Darkhold.
I'm like, there's no robot. I mean, there is literally there. Yes, there is a robot in it, but I'm like,
Wanda stops them because she gets a vision of Cthulhu, Cthon, who they mention in Midnight Suns.
Yes, they do.
Like I saw that name pop up, I was like, ooh! I was like, fucking Leo. I was like, ah!
Yep.
I can't whistle like that.
Close. You're good.
So it was cool seeing like that post-apocalyptic world, like fucking Mr. Fantastic was all fucked up and like.
Oh, you're so
like in the beginning when Wanda's having the dreams.
Yes.
And then Wanda's like, oh, well, let me get the Darkhold Defenders or Avengers. What I forget.
Basically, yeah. Well, because like the prophecy is like, who beat Cthon last?
Yeah. Surprised
the Darkhold Defenders. Like,
yeah, I'm surprised Wolverine wasn't involved.
Well, because they had to pick like specific archetypes.
Right. Like I think everyone but Blade looked pretty badass. Blade looked very fucking doofy with the fucking extra long fangs.
So you're saying... So
I was like, you look like a dumbass.
So I was talking about this last episode. The plot is that these characters, the Darkhold Defenders, are supposed to read a little bit of the Darkhold.
Right.
To, like, gain insanity, but they can't be...
completely insane.
Fueled by it.
They never go full insane.
Yeah, and they read too much because it's Cthon, it's chaos magic.
Right.
And then, like... they turn into these, like, the Darkhold Defiled or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, basically just evil versions.
Dude, that fucking Iron Man story was fucking...
Yes, so there's a one-shot of each character.
Yep.
Iron Man, Wasp, Blade, Black Bolt, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, talks a little bit about, like, what's their reality now?
Right.
Which turned them into the Defiled. And, like, I don't think I went into too deep because that I think was, like, the point of the story.
So, like
they were like, how do we tell these weird stories? Give it a Alpha and an Omega and just throw Doom in it. Like,
so,
all
like,
right, cool.
Iron Man was, like... it was kind of like a fucking, like... almost like Frankenstein's monster, like...
Yeah.
Like, type of thing, but he was in the suit, and if he left the suit, like... his body would just start to deteriorate.
Yeah, like rip apart and shit like that. Like he was like he took the idea that the suit keeps him alive to the extreme. Like I will shred all my humanity and just be.
And then
just
he started shredding other people's humanity.
Yeah, because I was like, I need to fix things.
Yeah. Spider-Man's story was pretty cool.
Yeah.
How he's just trying to keep the city together,
much like Peter Parker would.
And I'm just like, why did it have to be Gwen? I was like, ugh.
Well, because that gives a timeline to where he house early he fucking lost it. Yeah,
and then he starts using Mr. Fantastic to
his
keep
fucking elasticity.
Yeah, to keep everything together.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That was pretty. Yeah. Blades, I think. He just looked terrible. I absolutely.
You don't like the design of his Defiled.
He looked like a doof.
Yeah, they made him look like a beast. You know,
he was
yeah.
Didn't like it.
Well, his story was just like, there's a lot of vampires. I can't wait to kill all these vampires.
I kind of have a feeling that's what the premise of Blood Hunt might be.
I don't think so.
Like
I didn't hear anything about that. But.
Well, no, because I do plan on getting Blood Hunt when it comes out. I think it comes out next year.
No, I think the trade is out now.
Is it?
That's just Blood Hunt 1 through 5 or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
Like the issues, and they probably are like a couple companions or something like that. I don't really know.
I didn't think they were releasing anything until next year. Yeah.
Come on, Tommy.
So, but no, because like how it was a world of vampires.
Yeah.
The world is a vampire.
Oh, we were supposed to make a bet.
I already looked it up. I was going to mention it at the end.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Probably should get a shot ready, shouldn't we?
Yep, you should.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you should.
Oh no.
Yeah, you should. You can look it up at what.
No, I'm trying to look up the next thing I want to say real quick.
Wasp's story was I found it interesting.
I think probably the most realistic one.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we know fucking
Hank Pym's
garbage.
A fucking garbage monkey,
wife hitter.
Yeah.
So, we already know that's a thing. So they just kind of leaned heavily into that. And Black Bolt's was like some sort of inhuman fucking nonsense.
Yeah, it's always inhuman nonsense with him.
I mean, that was like a cool dude. All right, to me it probably went like Black Bolt, Blade, Wasp, Iron Man, Spider-Man. I would even say I would probably knock Spider-Man down because I knew about it already, and that's what got me into this whole trade.
Right.
I was like, oh, I want to see what else happens. You know what I mean? So, but like I think the Iron Man one really surprised me, just how well it did. Plus, it did a lot of it took a lot of the original. He was in what? Tales to Astonish was the original Iron Man tale.
Yeah.
What was Doctor Strange Tales to Astonish?
Tales of Suspense?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Either way, it takes a lot of the original panels and stuff, and it kind of twists them a bit, where it I'm more machine than man.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm more machine than man, guys.
Yeah.
Like I remember that fun story, and I thought all the books were gonna do that, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So I think the Iron Man really surprised me. I probably put the Iron Man one above Spidey.
Yeah. The Iron Man one was really good.
Yeah.
But it was enjoyable, and then fucking Scarlet Witch is she took the Darkhold inside of her.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, I'm finally free." I was like, "What does that mean? What does that fucking mean?"
This definitely leans because they obviously
did Chthon actually? Does he have full control?
That's them just being like let's table this, guys. You know what I mean? Because I think there's they do. I know with Strange Academy or some shit or they did something where the Darkhold is a person or something. I don't know, man. As little as I know about Marvel Comics now,
I know even less about
the magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff, you know what I mean? Which seems cool, but it's also good lord.
Well, me and my brother, do you know anything of Blood Hunt?
Not
anything
really.
that happens? Have you seen any panels?
I mean,
what happens with Doom and?
Well, doesn't Doom become Sorcerer Supreme at the end of it? Yeah, because
so,
I know that's what's happening now.
Yeah, me and my brother were saying Steven, can you just hold on to your title?
Isn't he dead though? Didn't he die last year? I know, again, comic deaths, but
Doctor Strange, he got turned into a vampire. He separated his essence.
In Blood Hunt.
In Blood Hunt, and Clea and his astral form went to Doctor Doom to make a deal, and it's just Stephen Strange, just keep your fucking title for a year. Everyone has been Sorcerer.
Listen, hey, Doom's hot right now. Gotta get Doom.
Everyone has been Sorcerer Supreme in Marvel. Like how everyone's had a symbiote.
We did.
I'm waiting for Doctor Strange Wars.
Did you read Symbiote Spider-Man, the one with Hobgoblin in it? Wasn't Hobgoblin fucking Sorcerer? Who was Loki? No, Loki was Sorcerer Supreme though. That definitely did happen.
Loki has been Sorcerer Supreme. I think Magic's been Sorcerer Supreme.
I think they made Hobgoblin Sorcerer Supreme.
Jesus Christ!
Because he stole some shit or whatever. I might be misremembering.
It's
but again, it's all right. But that turned out to be a wacky universe. Or
it's
some
like
shit,
Stephen
whatever.
Strange gets into gambling debt. Mm-hmm. What do you want? Well, we want all your money. How about the Eye of Agamotto? Dude, I
sold my cape again.
Just keep your fucking title for a year, and I'll give you a goddamn cookie, dude.
Yeah.
It's you're ridiculous. I hate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Darkhold was fun.
Nice, good. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It was a fun little story. Like I said, I am looking forward to Blood. Did you look up? Is Blood Hunt out?
No, I know the trade is out. What? I'm not yelling at you, but I can't believe you didn't believe me the first time I said it. I'm looking up. What I'm looking up now, though, is the book I read because I want to get this right. I read Spine Tingling Spider-Man.
Yes, what was this?
So Spine Tingling Spider-Man. Remember last year I talked about Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which was this Spider-Man was out east and he or west actually, cardinal directions. He was out west, and he has a run-in with the demon bear, and he's doing like this weird psychedelic dream hopping fucking thing, and the art looks crazy, which is really what the hook was for me. This is kind of
the art.
I think it's for Spine Tingling Spider-Man, it's Juan Ferreira.
Okay.
I don't know if he did Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I think so, because it is very similar. Actually, I could probably look him up real quick. He did. He's been doing Ghosts. He's been doing some Ghost Riders and some Carnages and some DC stuff. Did he do? He did do Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Yes.
Okay.
Storyline for Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I did not like. Spine Tingling Spider-Man was okay. A lot of it deals with. Spider-Man doesn't really know what's real or what's not. He's basically getting a lot of... there's some sort of, like, demon that's inhabiting his sleep. So he basically he gets fucked with around mentally a lot. And he thinks it's a Mysterio thing, because 9 times out of 10 it's usually a Mysterio thing. It's... spoiler alert, it's not a Mysterio thing.
Oh.
It's probably a worse rogue that works for me, but might not work for Tom. I'll leave it at that. Think about it. What sort of thing about Spider-Man do I like that you don't like?
Mafia people?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not mafia people.
Web pits?
No, I'm talking about rogues.
You know.
You're just...
They're my rogue.
Yeah.
My rogue.
No. He's in the DLC for Midnight Suns. He's fun. He's just fun to have around.
Handsuckers?
No.
No.
He looks like a vampire.
Yeah. Vampire.
A spoiler alert, it's the Jackal.
Is it Jackal or is it fucking Ben Reilly
apparently it's Miles
as the Jackal?
It could be a clone of Miles Warren.
Because
it's Miles Warren, the Jackal.
Wasn't Ben Reilly the
Clone
fucking
Conspiracy,
Jackal?
yeah.
Yeah, stupid.
Listen, dude, say what you say about Ben Reilly. I don't know if I forgive him a lot because I like him as a character, but like I feel like they try to do a lot with him, and people who are like, "Go Ben Reilly," who are like, "You're an idiot." But
you defend Ben Reilly like how I defend Kane Parker.
No, I'll defend Kane also.
Like I think Kane is so superior, no pun intended, than Ben Reilly.
Fine, but I think
agree to disagree.
We'll agree to disagree.
But
yes,
right.
I think the thing they can do with Ben is that, and I think they're kind of doing this with him now or something like that when he was Chasm, because like I read the Beyond story, which was good because it was such a false start for Ben Reilly just to turn him bad. And I think, and again, you do this with the clones in like the Clone Wars and stuff like that, like where it's like, you're not a real person, but you think you are, so like that's really fucked up. You know what I mean? Like you have memories that aren't yours. You don't know which way is up. You don't know what you're supposed to do with your life, because is it your life? Like what's going on? And like the clone saga tried to end it that way, and the fans were like, nah, I don't fucking hate this guy. Give me Peter Parker back. And that's what they did. But
that's why I like Kane, because like Kane knows what he is. Yeah,
but Kane also isn't Peter. Like Kane is not Peter. Ben has such yin to yang of Peter.
Was cloned from Peter,
right? 100%, yeah. But he was, from the get, was never like, you are not Peter Parker.
Right.
You are a fucking failed clone. You are the Igor to Miles Warren's Dr.
But
Frankenstein.
he's also, like, he's also gone and made his...
Because he has the same DNA. Yeah.
He actually purposely, if I'm remembering correctly, he purposely left New York. To be like,
he knows where he stands.
I want to make my own life.
Yeah, he knows where he stands. Ben,
I'll keep the name Parker because it's a strong name.
Yeah, Ben has such a. It's not. I mean, he falls. He got manipulated by the Beyond Corporation in that story, where he's just like, hey guys, want to be? I know you want to be a hero because you're basically Peter Parker. You're more Peter Parker than Kane is.
Is the Beyond Corporation who gave him?
Yeah, they basically were like, So.
All right, so they're the real villains here.
There was no outside web shooters though.
Yeah, there were so many pouches though.
No, not on. No, his Spider-Man outfit. I thought you liked his Spider-Man outfit.
Oh, no! I was talking about the hoodie.
No.
And
He made that shit himself, as you can clearly see.
Dumbass.
He.
Oh yeah, no, he's got like the giant blue spider, right?
No, it's like his sensational costume, but like the spider's offset a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Inside web shooters, but that's really it. Like that's kind of it.
Spider-Man costume is the best.
That is pretty good. Aren't the web shooters on the outside though? He's got like those MCU shooters, right? Like
well, no,
they're kind of like gauntlets.
He wears gauntlets, which I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I know. Shut the fuck. I see. Yeah, I know. There's the hypocrisy. I know.
We'll agree to disagree.
No, they're gauntlets, but the webs, the shooters themselves are still like in
concealed,
the glove.
Right?
So
yeah, I know. They're not like the overtly. Actually, I don't even think those were because I mean he would shoot like little stinger missiles, not literally missiles, but like pins.
So he also ripped off Black Widow.
Oh yeah, right.
Wow, Ben Reilly has no original ideas.
Ben Reilly is
a psycho,
a not original human being.
Like there.
I guess no, he really is. If
there's a mutant. There's a mutant named Mimic. Ben Reilly is the real Mimic.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's listen. But I think what they try to do a lot of nuance with Ben, and obviously, like they character assassinate him a lot because it's like, listen, you want him, but you don't. Everybody, like, listen, we tried this whole Ben Reilly experiment. You don't like him. It is what it is. We'll make him a villain. We'll give him a cool suit. Like I like the Chasm suit. It looks neat. Yeah, but that's it. You know what I mean? Like. I like the fact that apparently he had like a conversation with Peter in like a recent issue where which mimics what happened in Beyond, that storyline where they sat down and it was like, listen, he's like, I'm gonna be Spider-Man. He said this in the earlier run.
Peter said this.
No, Ben said this to Peter.
Okay.
He's like, listen, I'm gonna be Spider-Man.
You're gonna be Dusk.
Because
I don't care.
Apparently, this is how they worded it. When Superior Spider-Man, Otto, in Peter's body, made Parker Industries, he licensed out Spider-Man. When Parker Industries went under, Beyond scooped up all that stuff, so they basically had the rights to Spider-Man. So they were like, listen,
it's like
Ben Reilly's like, listen, I'm Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
You're a vigilante dressed up as Spider-Man. You're gonna get, like, arrested or whatever there is. Like, they'll come after you if you keep doing the Spider-Man stuff. And it turns out they took him off the table for other reasons.
It's like Sony fucking threatening Marvel. Continue.
Ugh, yeah. Oh, yeah, technically. Yeah, but,
it's fucking
No, but if Sony was right, though, that's the problem. Like, legally speaking, like, yeah. So, they do that stuff with Ben and whatever. They turn him into Chasm. So, like, now they have this conversation where Ben's like, you know what, I'm kind of like Pete. Like, I'm ready to... I gotta give it up. I'm sorry. Like, I need to get you out of my head. You need to just... I need to be my own person, and then Pete's like, well, you gotta stop doing bad stuff. Like, I'm gonna stop you if you keep doing bad stuff. And he's like, you're right, I will. Like, they have this, like, nice moment, and then, like, the last panel is like, I lied! It's like, okay, cool. Like, wait, that's dumb, but whatever, like, dude. Like, who gives a shit?
It's like
it's Ben Reilly. Who cares?
I don't know how much of that 70s show you've watched.
Just like zero.
There's one line that, Red Foreman, Eric Foreman. He's like, the reason dumb things keep happening to you is because you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
It's like Ben Reilly. The reason bad things keep happening to you is because you're a dumbass.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Oh my god.
But
I lied.
But I mean, all right. So let's go back to it. Spine-tingling Spider-Man. Whatever. It's cute. It's whatever. It was. I like the art. The art was like weird and stuff. Like, and it was like, was it the scariest Spider-Man story? Probably not.
Right.
Like, I think when Spider-Man got shot by Kraven is probably darker when you think about it. But like, whatever.
Dude,
or even like Harry on drugs is like, I don't know. I think I'm more like the realistic stuff. When Spider-Man's rogues are goblins and wolfmen and actual monsters, like, I think that's more scary than just like Whatever the fuck this was. Wouldn't recommend. Maybe look up some pictures. That's about it.
Look up some pictures.
That's really all I was into.
Oh, man.
Is that all we've been up to?
That's all we've been up to, my man.
And I think that might do it for us. I don't think we're going to tap in a RudeBoyz. Maybe we'll tap that for next episode. Or sometime this year. Like, I still have it queued up, the RudeBoyz rank up.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fun idea.
Yeah.
And then maybe Tom and I will, instead of fighting on air, we'll talk about it like gentlemen and be like, all right, listen, this is how I'm approaching this. This is how you're approaching this. And then we'll try to come to some sort of agreement, because it is a RudeBoyz rank up, and the nation is obviously invited to join us with this rank up. But be on the lookout on our social media, on our Twitch, twitch.tv/RudeBoyz469 when we do it, or join our Discord, bit.ly/RudeBoyz Discord, all lowercase. Should I pause it and get a shot ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me pause it. All right, I'm back. We have a nice shot of whiskey, which I, again, assumed was going to be both of our choices, regardless of...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Roe & Co. whiskey. Big fan. It's not our usual Jameson, but, and I think we drank all that for your birthday or something.
Did we?
Yeah, I think so. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So, all right, reveal time.
So, at the beginning of the show, if the RudeNation remembers, is we made a gentleman's bet of who originally did the song "The Boys Are Back in Town."
Mm-hmm.
I said it was originally Thin Lizzy. Mm-hmm. You were saying that it was
it was cover. Not Thin Lizzy.
Right.
Yeah. Because I am now looking at Thin Lizzy, and I'm like, I would never call this band Thin Lizzy.
"The Boys Are Back in Town" is a song by Irish hard rock band Thin Lizzy. The song was released in 1976 as the first single from their album Jailbreak. It is considered by Rolling Stone to be the band's best song. Everything that I look up, they are the originators.
No, you're not. Yeah, I'm looking at it too.
So,
wow. I honestly, the name Thin Lizzy, if you showed me a picture of this band and told me what is their names, I would never say Thin Lizzy.
Right, yeah.
I would say something else. I don't know what.
You look at the lead singer and you're like, wait, is that Prince? Like,
Thin Lizzy to me sounds like I don't know, some like early 90s punk band,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the name Thin Lizzy. Like, it sounds almost like throwbacky to the 70s, but not the 70s.
Uh-huh.
But, alright, I stand corrected. Thin Lizzy. Okay.
One of the best songs. I love that song.
I mean, it is number 272, the 2021 edition of 500 Greatest Songs. It is in the bottom half, but hey, it's a great song. And now we don't have to owe them any royalties from earlier. So I take a shot. Gentleman's agreement.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Clink to the table. Yabba dabba doo.
You should have had a cheese already.
Yeah, I got some Celsius left.
So that was our
RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
Yep.
And that'll do it for us, Nation. Thank you for joining us. We love you. We'll hope to be back on a regular schedule for the rest of the year.
Don't say that.
Let us know what you're thankful for us, from us, to us, and tell us on our Discord, tell us in our DMs, share our podcast, and let us know. We'll give you a shout out. We love you, Rude Nation, and we'll see you next time on the RudeBoyz Power Hour Plus.
Bye.
Yeah, there it is.
This has been a presentation of the RudeBoyz Podcast Network.
Oops.